Hello, bonjour, ça va? And how are we today? It is Tuesday, January the 14th, I think it is, 2025, here in beautiful southwestern Ontario, Canada, by the very frozen shores of Lake Huron. I was hearing some information yesterday that didn't end up to be part of yesterday's message, so I'm coming on today to give that message to you now. There was a bit of a warning, I'm going to say, or a heads up from Spirit Light, from my solar team. They were giving me the impression, the information, that things are going to get a little dicey. Okay, in other words, in the emotional realm of the people, it's going to be a little bit harder to take than normal. The stuff that's going to be going on in the future timelines here. Some of them are being activated by higher codes, and some of them are being shifted into downloads. So when we see or hear or feel fear, we are to resist that timeline, okay? Because some of the downloads get a bit skewed over time, apparently. Who knew? Some of us are able to see through the subterfuge that's going on your planet, on your world, and others are not. They don't have the eyes to see yet. They don't have the wisdom. They're not carrying the higher genetic codes of the higher light. So they get a little caught up. They get a little distressed. They get anxious. They think, oh no, what's going to happen next? Those of us who can see clearly through our mind's eye, we can alert others, the others who are, maybe being a little subjective with their emotions. We can help lead the way. We can help restore their faith in their higher conscious awareness that yes, things are going to get better, things are going to get lighter and brighter, and that we really are on the right pathway to the truth alliance with the higher spirit light. When we've been accustomed to so many lies and so much treachery and so many, I hear it like down puddings, like having you be programmed to feel like you're less than or you're unworthy. They're very triggering to the general population. There are those of us who have come here from outer worlds, outer planets, outer solar systems, outer suns, and we are already compliant with the higher light. So we already see and understand what's going on. We understand the plight of the nations. We understand what is actually going on here at a truth vibrational level of thought. So bring those wisdom thoughts into this reality with you. So it's like I'm hearing we're almost like an endangered species. We can't mix these old ways with the new ways and expect to survive the template change. We have to clear these old energies out. That has to do with, again, fear clearing. Everything you see on the news, all the stuff that's generating these kind of, it's like anticipatory moments of time. It's like future timelines that you see that they're not going to be good in your viewpoint. But again, as we always hear, we can turn on a dime. We can flip that with a thought. I mean, how many times have we started down one pathway thinking that, we're going to go off and we're going to go to school here and we're going to do this and do that. And then that totally changes and you end up going somewhere else. Or you think you're going to marry some person and then you don't. You marry someone else. Maybe you're going to have 10 children and you have 5. It's like that. So you think of one thing at one particular moment in time, you start that creative wave of thought, and then you go, oops, let's go back to the drawing board. I think I'm going to change that. And in midstream of that thought wave that you're sending out to create your vision for your future, you switch and you change it. That's how it works collectively. We can all be thinking dastardly thoughts, negative stuff. And if enough of us switch our thinking, the polarity changes. And we have created a whole new reality. This is why we need to keep our emotions up and high and as positive as possible. I was in one of, I take different dance classes for fun, for fitness, exercise. Makes me happy. This is my happy place. And I'm noticing lately that within the classes there are some people who are just focusing on all the negative stuff going on in the world. And then everybody, you can just feel the energy, it just drops. It's like, oh, everybody's sad. Everybody's worried, everybody's fearful. And that's how quickly that can happen. One seed of doubt can bring everybody out. In other words, down and out. This is why we have to keep focusing on the higher realms, the higher dimensional layers or levels of time. We don't have to be caught in this thought. We don't have to be trapped here. We can exchange that for something higher and lighter and brighter. So all these changes, these new avenues of thought, as I'm hearing it, all these new changes in your future timelines, they're going to get coordinated with your higher thought waves. So if you want to, I'm hearing it like skip the grave, you can view yourself in a higher way and merge onto your higher divine timelines. So it's all up to you. It's the individual who creates their own reality. And then when a whole bunch of individuals create a similar high encoded light system, thought system, a new thought structure here on your realm of time, you have enough abundance there to create massive change through your thought waves. You don't have to be held down. So if you hear somebody talking in a negative way, they're all depressed, they're down, they're sad, they don't like what's going on, they feel helpless, then there's a moment where you can give encouragement. One, it's not always what it seems. We're here. We don't know exactly what's going on over there as the media is showing it. It may or may not be 100% true. I remember years and years ago when I was talking with a friend who was in California, and there had been, I think, an earthquake. And the news that we got here in Canada was they had one shot of one part of a road or something that fell. Didn't you remember that? That was quite a long time ago. And we're going like, oh, this is terrible. Like California's fallen into the ocean, So I was talking on the phone with my friend who lived there, and he was saying it's just one. That was one little picture that you got. It's like everything else is fine. So he said the news media, they've blown it all out of proportion. So it's kind of sort of like that. There is a little bit of truth in it, but there's a whole lot of lie in it as well. And again, discernment that we talked about for years now, learning to enable yourself to be discerning in what is going on around you. It's paramount. This is what keeps you out of trouble, along with your emotional base. But if the emotional base, it's if you're too overwhelmed, like it's too much, then you stagnate in your higher light because you just can't move forward because you're dealing with so much overwhelm. So dealing with overwhelm is paramount now. We've already learned our lessons about discerning. We've been clearing out the fear and the anxiety. We understand not everything we see out there with our physical eyes is for real. And we understand that opening up the pineal actually shows us the truth of what's going on. So for me personally, I'm getting, again, a nudge to talk about what I do personally to not be partaking of these negative frequencies or half truth, half lies that are perpetrated on your planet. So as you know, I talk about this all the time, don't I? About dancing. I love to dance. I feel really good. I'm energized. I'm happy. I'm flying. It's just, it feels so good. There are all different ways of dancing. If you have a dance partner, perfect. If not, there are lots of places you can go or classes you can take. You can go to the Y. It doesn't have to be expensive. There are really expensive courses and classes out there. Professional dance teachers. All the way to the Y, where you spend maybe $10. Well, it's a little bit more. It's a little bit more now. But $15, for a dance class for an hour. That's amazing how you feel afterwards. Even if you're not a great dancer, it doesn't matter. It's just moving the body, being with a group of people, happy music, and you're uplifted and you feel good. There's just this wonderful excitement that goes out. Any type of exercise is going to have you feeling good. Okay, swimming, anything that's walking. I walk every day, unless the weather is really totally terrible or dangerous, like too much ice. Time well spent in meditation, of course. But there's something about physical activity, and you get your body going, and it just feels really, really good. So you can dance by yourself in your living room. I do that too. I do both. Why not? Yoga is a good way to strengthen your body and for you to realign your spine. You can feel really good doing that. Whatever it is that you like. Maybe you like going to the gym working out. It's motivational. So there are all kinds of things you can do. I'm just giving you some of mine that I like to do. Sometimes a little day trip to your local park. How many times have I gone off to the various parks around here, the Ontario provincial parks? $5, $10, and spend a day. It's beautiful. Climbing up and down hills. Sometimes it's free. There's lots around here where I live that they're free. Running up and down the sand dunes. It's a lot of fun. It's really good exercise. And you feel like a kid again. I remember doing this when I was a kid. It's fun. I still do it. It's still fun. I still like it. Just getting outside. Walk every day by the water here, by the lake. Not when it's frozen. It's a little bit too slippery for me, but I still go down to the lake and I look at it. Tune in, feel really good. I'm sure you have a nature spot near you somewhere. This needs to be done. You have to be grounded. You are responsible for keeping yourself sane. Okay? Nobody else. They can help you. Buddy up with someone to go for a hike. There are hiking groups you can join. It doesn't cost much. Cross-country skiing if you're in the snow. Doesn't cost much. There are all kinds of things that you can do to take care of your mental and emotional states of being. And this is what counts now. And this is why we're so focused on it now. Because the crazy stuff that's going to be going on in your world, in your planet, in the next little while, it's going to seem like the whole planet has gone totally nuts. Okay? There's a lot of cleaning out to be done in the various countries, in the different cultures, and their state of mind, and their wellness, and their state of being. There's a lot more to go. We just got the tip of the iceberg right now. That's what you're seeing. It's going to go a lot happier and better for you if you understand this is a process we're going through. It's not going to happen overnight. When you birth a baby, you gotta wait 9 months. I knew a lady, she always was 10 months for all her children. I lost count. Last time I saw her decades ago, she was at number 5. She's like clockwork, 10 months. She knew her own body. No matter what the doctor said, she knew. So we know ourselves, we know what we need. And we're going to have to be the ones who provide that for ourselves. If you can't find that help or support within the family, then look outside of the family and get it from someone else who thinks like you. Again, you've got to be with a like-minded person. Like going out all the time doing hobbies with somebody who has an opposite way of thinking of you, who's more, let's say you're very positive and you're upbeat, and you've got this person who's always negative and critical and judgmental and, oh, woe is me, and all that kind of stuff. Like to blame everybody around them, never take responsibility for themselves, very narcissistic, anything along those lines. They're going to bring you down eventually. Okay? That's not a good fit. Find someone who thinks like you do, who feels like you do, and join in with that energy as a support. Okay? You don't depend. We're not talking about codependency here. We're talking about you as a strong, independent individual working with others to create our new reality. There's a big difference. Okay, we can't look to others for our own survival of thought. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. I'm not hearing anything else at this point, so I'm going to take it that's the end of the message for today. I love you always. Take care of yourselves and others. And yes, if you do want an appointment with us, we can help you, give you readings, help you to tune into yourself and know yourself a little bit better if your pineal's a little clouded there. Always give teaching along with the healing. You'll have to go to the website to do that, www.healingourenergy.ca. I'm going to go. Love you always, and we'll speak again. Bye for now.